No speaker one sheet? No problem. We are going to help you make one effectively and efficiently based on my experience. And I'm going to show you two different versions of my speaker one sheet. One that is an old version where there's definitely room for improvement, and the second that is revamped. I want you to learn from my mistakes so that your speaker one sheet opens doors to stages for you. Okay. Hi, I'm Stephanie Thoma, and my company is Connect with Confidence, and I am your public speaking coach. I love helping people identify what their niche is and what they're here to get the word out about, and then show you how to get on stages and how to monetize it on the back end with a paid offer. All right, so let us dive in. Welcome to my desktop. Okay, here are the qualities that you want to have. Even though this is an old version, you want to have your name at the top. You want to have your title right below it. You want to have your headshot and your speaker bio. I like having hyperlinked social media buttons. Anywhere from 1 to 4 is kind of pushing it. And then you want to have your topics. If you are also an author, or if you have some sort of a physical product, have it represented right here, especially if it strongly relates to what you're talking about. And then if you have any press mentions or previous places that you've spoken, you want to have it in this as seen section. And then last but not least, for more information, have your website here. So let's go over the things that are less than ideal about this speaker one sheet. Okay, let's start at the top. So this is an outdated version of my logo. So we want to have everything up to date. The headshot is no longer the one that I use. And the headline is actually a little unclear. So sure, it says I'm the author of Confident Introvert and the founder of Holistic Ambition, but I actually have rebranded my company name. You'll see that in a moment because Holistic Ambition, people didn't know what that meant. So clear, it's not clear versus kind. Clear is kind. So we want to be kind to our potential clients and don't make them think too hard, okay? Then we have this bio, but you'll notice later that there are some things that I edited. And when it comes to speaking topics, okay, take a look at the variety of topics here. So we have create your signature workshop at the beginning, and then we have write your first book, leadership power, confident introvert, more introvert stuff, networking. There is a through line, but people could still be a little bit confused. They're like, wait, you're teaching people how to do a workshop, but you're also teaching them how to connect. Then you're teaching them about books. That comes off as a generalist, where guess who gets paid? Specialists. So in the next one, you will see what I did to appear more like the specialist that I am, even though I have generalist tendencies. Okay, this is embarrassing. Take a look at the as seen in. Do you see how under the Harvard and General Assembly, there's shading? So that means that I didn't effectively remove the background of those logos. So you will see soon enough that that is something that I remedied. And the new one sheet that you're going to see, so let's go ahead and pull this down, swap it out, voila. You'll notice there's gray instead of that cream color. And if you go to my website, the reason for that is because my website now has gray and white as the primary background colors instead of the cream color. And the logo that you see on my website is the same name that you see at the top here. And now let's take a look at this headline, Relationship Building, Connect with Confidence. So it's the title of my signature workshop and the name of my company. So people kind of know what they're going to get. Maybe the person looking at this has never heard of my company or my book, because maybe the person looking at this, again, they don't want to think too hard, and you can see the keywords relationship, confidence, and we're good to go because that's what I'm stand for. And then I did update my headshot. Apparently, I need to do it again because look at this hair, but this is pretty new. So we're going to cross that bridge when we come to it, aren't we? And I actually put it through AI and it looked so weird when I cut my hair in AI. So I think I need to figure that out. But anyway, take a look at the social media buttons are still the same and did something different in this bio. So maybe go back and pause and read the previous bio. But what I want to highlight in this revised bio is I talk about the Connect with Confidence framework, but I don't spell it out because what I allotted more room for my ideal audience. I want people to read this and think, oh, that's me. Business students, professionals, entrepreneurs. If I wanted to be even more niche, I could focus on one or have 3 different versions. But for our purposes, I think it's okay to have that. That talks about the ideal person that I want to speak with or in front of. And then we have what the result is. That people that come to my workshops and come to my talks, they are able to create more connections for lasting career success. That's what you're going to get. And then when it comes to speaking topics, it's a little more succinct. The top one, of course, relationship building. And I could have left it there, but it's all related. Building community. Because guess what? Community is a series of a bunch of relationships, isn't it? And then shedding labels, because that shit can get in the way of connection, right? And then owning creative leadership, cultivating confidence. So there is a through line with the keywords in my one sheet of relationship and confidence. And then we still have the same book because goodness knows I have more books now than what you see here, but this is still the most relevant to what I focus on in most of my speaking, at least at this point in time. And then look here, look at the logos, how I was able to remove the background. And you can do a quick Google search, free background remover. And I believe I consistently do that instead of bookmarking, and it's the second or third result. Pretty easy and well worth it. I think what I did was I went in Canva. And by the way, this was actually made in Canva. A former business coach of mine, I didn't reinvent the wheel. This is her format. And I made tweaks though. So it's definitely not exactly like it was. I moved a few things around, but you can go into Canva and create something similar to this. It makes it pretty easy to just switch out fonts. And maybe if you like an image in one place versus another, you can switch things around and use different colors and things like that to really make it your own. And let's see. Oh, good. That's hyperlinked. I just wanted to be sure. But yeah, ooh, it's a little funky, but you can kind of see the colors that I'm talking about here on my website. And now we're going to close that because that was weird. So now I'm curious, what was your biggest takeaway? What are you going to do differently in terms of tweaking your one sheet or even creating it for the very first time? And depending on when you view this, I would like to, in real time, go over a few of your one sheets in a future video. Put the link in the comments, and there is a chance that it could end up on my channel. So stay tuned for that. And if you're watching this and it's well past 2025, then don't hold your breath for that video. What I want you to do instead is look into booking a VIP date with me. And I'll put the link down below so that we can go over it in real time, get it done so that you can get out there and public speak. All right. Wishing you a beautifully expressed day. Until next time.